all the time new people in the group, and also I will explain a little bit about the group, and then we will discuss about the crisis management. I mean, I'm not an expert in this topic, but I have a little experience that what life is, and I will introduce that example here and see what we can take it from there. Okay. So myself, Dr. Jagadeesh Ganla, I'm a PhD. I did my PhD on cancer pain, and now I work in a company called EIT Health, an European Union organization, and I deal with startups. Until now, I supported around 250 to 300 startups with mentoring. So I provide mentors. So the same thing what we are doing in Indian Empowerment Network, I do more commercially there. I have high top level mentors, access to them, and I connect the startups to them, or I also connect something called as living labs and test beds. It's a big network all across Europe, so I'm trying to build it, and it's all about patients and citizens. If there is a startup in healthcare, how can they really engage citizens and patients? So that's where I come in. So that's what I do for my job. And regarding our the network, show like this. So what is Indian Empowerment Network? I'll again give a brief introduction for the new people. So this is a network, a peer-to-peer mentoring network. That means that everyone is a mentor here and everybody is a mentee here. So if you have any skill that you want to train others, you can train, or if you want to get trained on something else, feel free to be a mentee. So this is all about the power of networks. There is no you don't need to be passive. Like you can contribute, or you can also get contributed. So that's the main aim of the group. And the core beliefs are that everybody are unique, every person is unique. So I mean, you have different talent, I have different talent, and you are unique, I'm unique, and you are not inferior, or that I am inferior. We are all more or less same. We are just unique, and this group provides you that to express your unique talents. So you can come and explore here. So if you're good at research, just come and train people that what you can do with your research. And this group will also tell you it's not only about professional growth, it could be also personal growth. For example, I saw that Sumana, Stuti, and Ambika, everybody they are basically contributing with the German language. So that's amazing. So this is personal growth in my way. So you can use it as professional growth network or a personal growth network. And if you have any skill, please come and implement it with confidence. So there is nobody going to judge you. So however basic you are, if you want to contribute, just come and contribute. Feel free to share with the grace. And my main motto all the time is that I encourage everybody to collaborate rather than compete, because in the competition you think that there are limited resources. That's why you try to compete. But in the collaboration mode, there are abundant resources. And there is a book called Science of Getting Rich. In that book, it says that the nature has abundant resources. That's why always our mind has to be in the collaboration mode rather than competition mode. And the more you collaborate, the more easy to get. I mean, you can see the examples of Nobel laureates or anybody who has more collaborations, and they are more achieve more in life. Okay, so those are the core elements of Indian Empowerment Network. But today the topic is about COVID-19 crisis. So there are many people who are losing jobs, and a lot of economy is being lost, and it's in a deep trouble. But when you look at the Corona crisis, I mean, today it crossed 1 million. So it's a pandemic that is affecting every country on the planet. It's amazing. Like more than 200 plus countries are affected by this thing, and the death toll has increased more than 54,000. It's really so shocking and scary times. But this is one thing, like it's a health crisis, but there's also an economic crisis. So this topic today, we will talk more about the economic crisis and the job crisis, what we can do, and how this group can help you. So I will talk more about that. So according to Bloomberg, so the planet may, like the world economy may lose like 2.7 trillion because of this Corona crisis, and there are many people already claiming for job loss, unemployment. And I read a report yesterday, around 25 million people will lose jobs. So in Indian language, it's 2.5 crores that they will lose jobs because of this corona crisis. That means we will see a lot of things that people may commit suicides because of these things, or people may go into long-term depression this because it's a big trauma, or people may kill each other. So you never know. So if things, especially with the lockdown, persist for a long time, we may see a lot of things. And you may have seen videos that in US people are buying guns, so they are afraid what will happen next. So a lot of things are going to come. We have to see, but let's do our part. So I mean, this presentation is more of philosophical rather than more logical. Logical because logics won't work in crisis. It's like how much human you are. So what can you think at this moment, and how can you act? And so in the crisis, for example, so Rupa, you wrote a text on the in the group, right? That you lost the job, and so this I'm more my whole topic is focused on that angle, like how people respond when they lose a job, or when you don't even get a job.
Yes,
So
Jagadeesh, thank you so much for creating this thing. So this is really helpful for me.
sure, Sarupa. So sorry for making it personal, but I just picked an example so that
No, no, it's okay.
okay. So I mean, when you lose a job, uh, like how do you respond? So choose your response. So there is a saying that it's only 5% or 10% of the things that they happen uh, as such, but it's all about how you respond. Like 90% of the thing is all about how you respond. You could respond it, I don't care, or you could respond it like, my life doesn't exist because I lose job. So at this moment, in this moment, because there's a lot of crisis, so choose your response wisely. So rather than panicking, be aware. So just choose your response in a different way. So I mean, I do not understand your personal story, but I'm thinking more at the broader perspective and giving this example. So choose your response wisely rather than getting depressed or bored at home or doomed. So just choose your response wisely. And one question I want to ask many people who are undergoing crisis: should you be afraid, or should we be afraid? So, like, is this the end of the world? Or I mean, many people are as I think that we have this fear mentality that evolutionarily our brain is stuck with the fear and worry. So how much we should afraid? So uh, I mean, I would also recommend you to take a pen and paper and analyze these things. What is the worst thing that can happen? So if you lose a job, or if you don't get a job, what is the worst thing that can happen? So if you have a, like, if your spouse, if your spouse has a job, or if your father has assets, or your friends can help you at this time, so just choose, like, as long as you survive, it's not worse. So why I put this question, what is the worst thing that can happen, is that I was actually in the beginning of March, I was in Estonia. I went for a talk. It was an international conference. They invited me, and there I had symptoms, like I had heavy cold, cough, breathlessness, and everything. I was kind of terrified that I have corona symptoms. On like 1 day before or 2 days before, World Health Organization has advertised that this is corona is pandemic, and I was really terrified. And I informed the hotel people and the conference people that I have corona, and I wanted to be tested. And how much panic it created. Whole hotel came to me and said, like, you please be at home, in the hotel. We will lock you from out, and we will take care of you. Please don't come out. And they tried to evacuate their hotel because of me, because they were so afraid if I had infected anybody. But that's like the outside perspective. From inside, I was shocked, like I was petrified. I didn't know what to do. I had like all crazy dreams and thoughts in my brain. I was really thinking that what if the hotel people come and just kill me because I'm a threat to them. So all these crazy ideas. 2 days I was locked down there, and if I ask for food, they just drop near the door, and I go out with a mask and get it. So my thoughts were all about survival at that time. So I was really thinking, if I survive, that's enough. So my job, my family, my debts, my credits, and all these things, nothing came in my brain. Only thing was about survival. And I was thinking the worst, like what is the worst thing that can happen, and all these things. So this is my personal story about this crisis. So just think that if you lose a job or if you don't get a job, just think what is the worst thing that can happen. So most of the time, nothing happens, just only a couple of months, and afterwards, economy is going to boom again, or like you will get a good job, or just it may take some time, but you will definitely end up somewhere much better than this. And this is one thing, that worrying is like still our brain thinks that we are a monkey brain. Our brain is kind of stuck in human evolution. We have something called prefrontal lobes, which are always fear oriented. So they always think that we have some kind of threat, we are attacked by a tiger or lion, but in reality we are not. So you just be a bit aware and see, like there are, if you as I say, if you survive at this moment, that's like the biggest boon. Imagine like you are in Madrid or in Italy or somewhere, and where the death toll is so high, and if you just happen to go there for a tour or something, and but fortunately you are not, so you are still alive, and you are survived, and you focused on your career and everything, even attending this seminar. So if that is the case, you should be really lucky. So and if your monkey brain is asking you to be worried, just tell that, like, no, you are fine. I'm fine. Just take it easy. My time is going to come. As I said, this lecture is more on philosophical side, more thinking in a retrospection, being human. It's not scientific, like, or some negotiation skills and all these things. There's no logic. The only thing is just coming back to being human and understanding, like, what can I do at this moment? How can I feel good? That's it. And job and everything, they will come. But only thing is just be calm right now. It's so easy to say, but as I say, I had this very bad story in Estonia. All conference I couldn't go. My whole conference got affected, and in the end I gave a lecture with Skype. So it was useless that I go to Estonia from Germany, but the story that I take it for my lifetime, because when I could see that something so much worse is going to happen, but nothing happened. Okay. And this is a big big claim, like being aware and conscious. uh, I mean, meditation can help. So we have Diksha and then Nancy, who wants us to train in the group that meditation and breathing techniques. So, and the power of being human is that we can be aware. So a dog or cat can't be aware, like how we choose our response, or how we basically feel ourselves. So in this crisis, I tell myself, or I tell my friends, I tell my father. My father is in big trouble because he planted like 5 acres of his land with investment of 1 million onions, and he's doing this agriculture for the first time after several years, 30 or 40 years. Now he is so much afraid that he can't even sell onions, or he can't even harvest the crop because there are no labor and there's no market. And it's so scary for him, and he kind of invested all his savings on that. And the only thing I tell him is that just be aware what's happening and be happy that you are surviving. You will definitely report afterwards. Just be happy. That's it. So that's what I'm trying to convey to my friends, or tell myself, to my family, everyone. Just be happy. That's it. You are just human. Just be aware. Otherwise, we may see a lot of suicides, because there will be a lot of hopelessness. There'll be a lot of depression, anxiety, and all these things. And we should just embrace being human, and how much we can control ourselves. So that's what I would recommend you as well. So whenever you are depressing, just be aware that you are getting depressed, and kick yourself to be happy and more aware. Okay, and the positive note about this corona crisis is nature is getting healed. So if you see some videos or some Facebook posts, there is a lot of wild animals that are coming back again, which were extinct. They're coming back again, and this is amazing. So how much humans influence the wildlife and the nature. So it's really getting healed. So that's a positive note about this corona crisis. And one more thing is that we always identify ourselves with our careers. So it's like if you have a good job, then you are a great personality. If you are a very low job, if you have a very low job, you are not a good personality. But that's not true in my view. You are more than your career. You have a lot of responsibilities. You have a lot of talents, hidden talents. You I mean everyone is a genius inside. So this career is just one part of life. You're more than your career. So trust these instincts and focus on yourself and believe in yourself. There's much more than career. Okay, and so with this, when I started this Indian Empowerment Network, I was questioning myself, what can I do? What can I really do? And then I put my mentoring experience. So I run the mentoring group for my company, and I also run other alumni groups for my alumni association where I studied in my bachelor's. So I put all my experience and into this group because I thought like what can I do to prevent people from basically getting burned out or going into depression. So that's what I did. You can also think, what can you do? So if you can help others, that would be amazing. Or if you can just help yourself, that would be amazing as well. So really think, what can you do? And the second one is micro wins. So plan your day or plan your month, week in learning some skills. So since this is a lockdown period, you can't do much outside. So being at home, you can do like every day plan something where you achieve some goals. So it could be learning a new skill or teaching someone or do what you want to do. So don't be in hopeless stage. So plan your day with having some micro wins. It could be little things, like baking a cake or something. So just have some micro wins because that boosts your confidence and keeps you alive. Okay, and do SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So it helps a lot. So you will understand what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and opportunities. So opportunities could be after this crisis, or the before the crisis, or within the crisis. You can see what are the opportunities you have, or what are the threats you may have. So when I talk about opportunities, for example, you see this IEN, I'm kind of super proud that what's happening on this IEN group. There are like a couple of mentors who wants to teach others, and there are like so many people who are reaching out to take a lot of initiatives. So you see, this is an opportunity. I mean, this opportunity we had before as well, but this opportunity is so amazing now. It's really like a peer-to-peer mentoring group where I imagine, and it's working. So there could be a lot of opportunities that you can make it work. You can think of some startup ideas or you can think of any of the projects where you wanted to lead, and you can brainstorm about it. You can think of your business ideas, or you can reach out to your childhood friends and see what you can do. When I say childhood friends, I also reached out to a couple of my friends who are really geeks in science, and because of a lot of fake news about corona crisis, and I asked them like, hey guys, we are all scientists and we all have PhDs, and we know a lot of stuff about corona, but we are so silent. What can we do? And everybody came up with like novel ideas, and they pulled out a lot of data, and we launched seminars. Like we gave webinars, like 3 webinars, English language, Telugu language, and we made YouTube videos, and people are appreciating us. And it's not about appreciation, but we are so happy that we provided quality content. And we stopped some families not taking hydroxychloroquine. So hydroxychloroquine is kind of drug that people recommended that you can take in corona, But in India, people are taking it as prophylaxis, and prophylaxis is something which you take before the disease comes. But the thing is, they are taking it like however they want, like 3 tablets, 4 tablets, 5 tablets a day, and with that, people die because of kidney failure or heart attack. So, and we people who came to our seminars, they asked about these questions, and we could clarify that. So we feel so proud. I mean, it was so all my friends had talent, but it's only thing is we never picked up this opportunity. And so we had all the online tools. We just sit. I sit here in Munich, in Germany. My friend sits in Hyderabad. The other friend sits in Heidelberg, and we just had this online call, and there were like 50, 60 people, and we answered it. It was fantastic. So look at such kind of opportunities. Like, what can you do? So this SWOT analysis really helps you. And I explained this concept of circle of control, circle of influence, and circle of concern before in the other uh, seminar, but I would like to explain again. So it's a concept from a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. So he explains that there are 3 circles. So the little circle, what you have is a circle of control. So how much you can control. For example, as I said, your emotions or the way how you react, how you eat, or whatever it is, like how much you can control. That's called circle of control. And there is another circle called a circle of influence, like how much you can influence. So you could influence your family, you could influence your friends, or you could influence a bigger community. So think of what all you can influence. And then another circle is called a circle of concern. So what does that mean is that, for example, now you are so much worried that the corona cases are going to raise to a 10 million or something, or people are going to die. And most of the people when I see is that they are so much fighting on Facebook about this religious thing that's happening in India now. And uh, and and looking at the statistics all the time, corona is increasing, like today 2,000, 3,000 million. So these things are of our circle of concern. Can you do anything there? You can't really do anything because these things are not in your control. So the more time you focus on that, it's just a waste of time and waste of energy, waste of resources. But if you focus on your circle of influence or circle of control, you would actually achieve more. For example, you want to influence your family that to do something, you can. And the more you work on yourself, the more work on your influence, your circle of concern will also increase. So, so the take-home message is that you try to focus all your time and efforts where you could control or where you could influence. Okay. And one question, sorry for spelling mistake. So one question what you can ask is that where do you see yourself in next 5 years or 10 years? So this is the question normally people ask in the interviews when we prepare only for the interviews. But this question normally we should ask ourselves, especially in this time of crisis, because this question will keep you in future oriented rather than present or past oriented, because our brains are not trained to look at the future oriented. It always helps. It's always like, oh, I did not get job, I did not get job, and I may lose job. But when you ask this tough question, like where do I see myself in 5 years and 10 years, and literally really be serious. It's not about a job interview, it's about yourself. When you plan it, and things are going to be amazing. I have a friend who had a great job, but he did not like it, and he quit. And I asked him, why did you quit? He told me that I have a plan for 10 years, and I don't see doing this job. And now I will go in unemployment, and I will make my dreams work, because after 10 years, my future should bless me, not complain that I did not chase my dreams. So this is like a philosophical thing, but I kind of said like, wow, amazing. So like I mean, since now we are in a crisis, it's also good to think this points, like where do I really see myself in 5 years or 10 years. So it's not about like picking immediate job. It's also about like you need to understand where what is your education all about, what is your training all about. So all these things should really be a blessing for your future, rather than just picking up whatever you want. And especially in when you go higher in your career. And I know many of my friends who are PhDs and postdocs who who are very good in their career in their research, but they did not aim that kind of different attitude. They don't have hope, like what will I do after my postdoc, or what will I do after my PhD. So they don't really see. If they see that what they do in next 5 years or 10 years, they will already start building a bridge. So if they want to be professors, they will already make contacts, or they publish the papers like that. So it's not about academia, it's about everyone. Like we really take time to think what exactly I will be doing next 5 years and 10 years. That will help you a lot. And so how can Indian Empowerment Network can help you? So I mean, I'm a bit skeptical with the name Indian Empowerment Network. I thought I'm helping actually only Indians, but one of my friend from Bangladesh wrote to me that Jagadeesh, I'm Bangladeshi. How can I join the group? It really warmed my heart. Like I was like, yeah, man, you just go ahead and join. And if I have a friend from Pakistan, he joined the group. A friend from Ireland joined the group. A friend from Scotland joined the group. So I'm really maybe I'll change the name. I don't know. So, but let's not be picky on that. But how can the group help you? So the group, we started with a couple of people. Now there are 304 members, and I'm sure it will increase a lot because we try to provide quality content here. And it's a group. It's not a only group of mine. It's a group of yours. So you can do whatever you want. And we have something called as mentorship. So our mentors can train you something, or you can train others. Or we are trying to host regular events. So it's all just to keep everybody busy, so that you get quality content rather than just sitting before the Facebook or watching YouTube. Really negative news are happening all over the world. So we let us focus on ourselves. We have regular events, and I'm so happy that people are taking initiatives like Nancy or Diksha. They want to train us on pranayama, meditation, and all other aspects. Stuti and others, they are taking care of German language. It's really amazing. So think of if there are any other like if you need something else from Indian Empowerment Network, please let me or others know. We will do to really to really help you in this crisis. Or if you have any ideas, just take initiatives. So this group is just an open space. You write your own story. It's not, the rules are not set in stone.
Jagdish, this is Alpana. I have a question on this slide. So if you just go back, please.
Yeah.
For the mentor-mentee thing, so I am more than happy to be a mentor to people who are junior to me in my field of in my profession. But I'd also like to be a mentee to someone who's more experienced than me. Then how do I put it in that group? Because it only has, I can be a mentor, but I'd also like to be a mentee to someone, you know.
Yeah, Alpana. So it's the same feeling as mine as well. So we have to start from somewhere. I hopefully will get some senior profiles. I have my teacher actually who joined the group. I'm kind of very proud of myself that he joined the group. He is like he started maybe 3 or 4 colleges, and he's a very big mentor. But he's now so ground to earth, and he started as a mentor in the group. He's from India, a place called Karnool. So if we have more such senior profiles, if we can attract them, and hopefully they join as mentors, and we will get proper mentoring. So my answer right now is that just hang in there, just stay for some more months or see, and you'll definitely get mentorship. And one more thing, what I also understand about mentoring is that it's not about seniority. It's about just asking. If you whatever doubts you have, like wherever you need mentoring, you just need to keep ask people. So for example, if you are looking for a job in certain sector, it's all about how you ask, and they will help you out. Because this mentoring is a tricky, and identifying right mentors is not that easy. And the only way that you can get these mentors is like just ask, respect them. So I always like this analogy of the Indian god system. So we have more than 3 billion gods. And why do we have 3 billion gods is that because we try to learn everything from every animal. And we made them gods because we can learn. And when you learn from some others, they are mentors to you. So it's a different answer that I'm trying to give. But and then the practical note, just hang in there. You will definitely find the mentors whom you need.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Sorry, I don't have straightforward answer, but that's the way I'm going around.
I've got that. Thanks.
Sure. So that's all from my side, and uh, thanks for listening to me. And as of now, I would say stay safe and healthy, because that's very, very important. Remaining all things will come with the time. And use your quarantine time efficiently. Learn the skills, teach the skills, and build up your network. It could be you need to be a sculptor, like where you sculpt your own CVs or LinkedIn's resumes. You clean up all your online junk, like people post on social medias and everything. So when you apply for jobs, people are also looking into social media. So whatever you post, so clean up all these things. Really sculpt your background information and all these things. Reach out to all your contacts and see where who can help you out. So don't hesitate, because right now everybody are in survival mode and everyone wants to talk to you and everybody wants to help. So you can do these things. So be healthy first, and don't hesitate to ask people. So that's it from my side, and feel free to ask questions or contribute anything here.
Hi, Jagdeesh.
Hi, Surupa.
Hello, everyone. So I just want to share my experience. It's not like asking questions or like asking requests. So yeah, I just want to share my experience, and I want to say like what all things I'm doing to just get through this critical situation. So yeah. Um, if like Jagadish, you know, right? Like how I got my son, like I explained that day, like
Yeah.
during the seminar conducted by Deepa. So yeah. So if like whatever's happening now, I got the job, and I just love that job because like it's in my field. So it was like kind of like cherry on the top, and I just love that. And when they said like, okay, so this ongoing situation, and like I can't keep you more because like this production is shut and all. So I was kind of like shattered. Okay, like I can't even, I was kind of like I can't even hold that call, and I can't cry in front of them because it's not kind of like professional. So I was like, okay, then for one day I can't be myself, and after that, like I'm kind of fighter. I can't stay like that for more time. So I approach many people. Like there is a like for me, I'm fortunate to get a like a social circle and like power pack girl gangs and all. So I just ask in groups like how you cope up, and amazing people they just respond like how to just get through this and all. So and I also started like mindfulness exercises which are really great because when you concentrate, when you just ground your energy, then you start thinking what you can do again. So this is what I did, and then I start thinking like, okay, so after I just like the market open again, I can't say like, okay, I want to be only a physicist or something like that. I want to be a person who can fit into any role. So I started learning more now, and not like everything. So I just screen some jobs and like what all sometimes I just match like 60%. So now I want to match more. So I just want to learn like basics of everything. And then yeah, as, like I have a 2-year old, I just see him and I learn more and more from him, because like what he wants, he just get it and he will ask for it. So I'm shy type of person, like at least for asking. Yeah, so I started approaching people, and I like if you say like Kaushik just posted in the group about his experience in Infineon and how he get the job, and also I contacted him through LinkedIn, and he is really amazing person. So he started like giving his inside tips and all, and then I never even like updated my resume or something like in half day or something. So I used to spend like at least like 1 week, or like slowly I used to do. But yesterday I just did it like I sit for like straight 4 hours, and I see many CVs and all to make it more and more effective, and like kind of like not the regular ones. So I just want to put all the things like what all did I did, and how the learning process I can do it and all, like things I just put it, and I wrote the motivation letters and all. And also like I just drafted like German motivation letters for like, I don't want to that's kind of like my thing, like I don't want to put it like everything the same motivation letter just by changing the name or something. So yeah, so I started like thinking like what like general, and then specifically for like my um kind of like my area, and also I just sorted it out and I just put like uh, more and more, and then this particular job gives me an intro to like things like I used to feel like I'm a researcher, so I always been best in my college and all, but industry is totally different. So I got to know after joining there. So after getting a job, so I get more and more insight of like what exactly, like there are some other jobs where do you don't need like computer skills or something like programming skills, which I used to fear, but now I want to just do that. Like I started learning, and I totally cut off like seeing the number of cases from the last Thursday, I guess. After it just reached like 45,000, like I thought like, okay, now I just stopped seeing the numbers, which is making me like nervous, and like the anxiety is building in me. So I stopped seeing the numbers, and I don't see the news also much. Like like I'm just seeing like trusted sources to get information what is changing, or like what are the new rules and all. Then yeah, so after, and these meetups, these are like excellent, so I can just get my time and like I can talk to people, and then yeah, this is amazing. So if I'm low, of course, like I can't say that okay every time I'm already like um motivated and all. There are times where I feel shattered still, but still like I feel confident, and I'm like, as you said in the starting, so what is the important thing? Like you have like a hot meal, and you have a shelter, and you have like loving family with you, like that's more than enough. And I see like many people who are struggling, so I feel fortunate for that first. So I was like, okay, so you are not in a ground level, so you are already like in an excited level, so you can just keep going from there. So yeah, this is kind of like, so what all things I'm doing is like I'm doing mindful exercises, so it's really amazing. So if anybody wants, I can create some units in the Indian Empower network group, so that you can see in that unit you can see like what all exercises you can do and all. And yeah, and so I'm updating my skills and all, and what all things I learned till now, I'm just brushing up, and I'm trying to stay focused and calm. And that's all from my side.
Thanks, Swarupa.